So we are trying out the noir game Chicken Police Paint It Red.
I ran out to get a pack of cigarettes, but I left my wallet at home. Yeah, that's me. I'm getting old. My name is Sonny Featherland, an investigator for 20 years, and once the star of the predatory division of the Clawville Police Department, one half of the legendary Chicken Police. But buying a pack of smokes is more than I can handle right now. Maybe I should just lay low. Yeah, I'll do that. The most colorful place
Black and white except for that billboard, huh?
For all the gods, what bullshit. The last clucking color left this city years ago. And slowly I'll turn gray too.
This...
Still, what do I expect? We're living in a vast experiment, and don't even notice that everything got clucked up a long time ago. We believe in this wonderland of peaceful coexistence. Wolves and sheep, chickens and hounds. Yeah, sure, why not? It's just ridiculous. The dog eats the chicken. It's in our nature. I'm not propping up the illusion anymore. 121 days, and it's over. Retirement.
God, this is like a grittier LA Noire. They've shown that shot a couple times. That's actual footage. God, that's unsettling.
Ah, crap. My office lock is a piece of shit if a dame can pick it. She stood in the darkness. The light painted stripes on her body. It whispered secret little things that were never there in the first place. But she was no zebra. Reality was just a light switch away. Elizabeth or Charlotte? I was sure she'd have a sophisticated-sounding name. She had a bygone look in her eyes, older than this ancient building, and perhaps the whole city itself. Or maybe I'm just drunk. But she was the first womanly thing in my place for a long time, so I had to give her a chance.
Wow, this is just very gritty, very noir.
We used to be star cops a few years ago. Tabloid press. This is one of the most beautiful... The good things in life don't last long. M.B. Davis, the eternal... The wild gentleman.
Let's actually zoom in on them.
I don't even know where...
I like I'm investigating my own office.
Whatever's inside is gonna stay there forever. I don't see colors anymore. Only emptiness. Everything faded. I need another drink.
I would get you one, but you lost the key to the cupboard.
Books I'm never gonna read. Maybe nobody ever has.
Oh, it's so gritty.
I wanted to travel the world when I was a kid, but I think I'm gonna end up dead in here whether I like it or not.
Oh, shit.
Behind that door lies the kingdom of dirty clothes.
Fuck, man.
I promised myself I'd write a novel. My last cigarette. You're lucky I don't...
Oh.
My wallet and my badge. The wallet is real. The badge ain't. Chief Bloodboil took mine. So I got this one.
I'm carrying around a fake badge.
She doesn't seem so dangerous that I need to grab my...
So this lady's just sitting there. And I just like go to my desk and I pull a gun out and put it in my
Every
pocket.
whiskey has the same color nowadays. I don't even know what these papers are.
I think that's
I can't even...
all of it.
Maybe I'm just old.
Oh, that's creepy. The system is down. The system is down. The system is down. The system is down. That's enough. Let's talk to this deer.
Who is this dame, anyway? And what the cluck is she doing in my apartment on New Year's Eve?
Let me introduce myself. My name is Deborah, Miss Deborah Ibanez.
You're mistaken, ma'am.
Oh, really? Please enlighten me, Mr. Featherland.
I'm not a private eye. I'd recommend Mr. Philmar Lowe instead of me. He's a nice guy.
Believe me, Mr. Featherland, it's not an accident I came to you.
Look, miss, I work for the police, and I'm currently on leave. I couldn't accept private commissions even if I wanted to. Not even from a classy dame like you.
Am I that easy to read?
That's my job. But tell me, since you've invited...
I don't use...
Well, I've got to have one. And it'd be rude of me to drink alone.
If you insist. But bourbon, please.
Wow, can you imagine like living in a world where you just assumed other people had like random amounts of alcohol in different types? Like, what if I didn't have bourbon? I mean, I have bourbon. What if I didn't have bourbon?
Thank the wild ones. That's all I have.
Why would you offer sherry if you didn't have it?
What a coincidence.
So come on, spill it from the beginning.
Did she? Did she spill it?
That's better. Now, if I understand correctly, your mistress is receiving threats. What kind of threats, exactly?
It's a very strange matter. First, there were letters. Then it came printed on a wine bottle's label, sent as a gift. Then carved into a brick, thrown through the window. And finally,
that's some escalation.
They painted it on the wall of the house in...
I think it's time to dig a little deeper. If you don't mind,
Please. That's why I'm here.
I must be cautious and smart. This dame seems shy, which I can use to my advantage, but I must be careful. Who exactly are you, ma'am?
I'm not somebody important.
You're important enough to deal with such a delicate...
I carry out the wishes of my employer, nothing more.
You've been thrown into deep water, sweetheart.
Believe me, this is just as unpleasant for me.
That's mean. She's shy and doubtful.
Tell me, which part of the city do you live in? Calavera Hills? Flower...
Look, I don't want to answer that.
Fair point, Deborah. Let's try a different approach. Why did you have to visit me this particular evening?
I have my reasons. I may look like a silly little fawn.
I don't doubt that for a second, miss.
This day is essential to my mistress, and she thought it's also important to you.
A message in itself, for sure. But to be honest, even you are.
You know what? I'll just take that as a compliment, even if it wasn't meant as such.
Why did you come to visit me? Why not your employer herself?
My employer is Miss Natasha Katsenko. She hasn't been leaving her home.
How so?
Miss Natasha is afraid. She's scared because of those...
So she's that kind.
I don't know what you mean.
Of course you do, Deborah. Thank you, by the way. We avoided the point long enough. Deborah's hiding. What do you want from me?
Me?
Oh, don't be silly, Deborah. I mean your employer. I was just talking to...
Well, Miss Katsenko thinks you're a great detective.
Did she also give you the lockpick?
Please, could you let this go? I'm really embarrassed.
Sorry, sweetheart. I'm just teasing you. As soon as...
That's very...
It has nothing to do with being nice, Deborah. Don't you think this whole thing is a little suspicious?
Look, Santino, I'll explain everything.
I have no doubt about that. You look just the...
I'll take that as a compliment. Or...
You see, we're starting to understand each other. If you won't come clean, what's the point of all this?
But, Mr. Featherland...
I'm sorry, sweetheart, but I'm...
Please, just think again. For me...
Ooh,
Tell me, Deborah, why should I believe...
Because my mistress trusts you.
Should that be enough?
If you really like what she thinks you are...
Damn, what can I say to that?
Look, I didn't mean to back you up.
You have a way with words.
No, not for the word.
Smart answer. Be honest and...
You know, Mr. Featherland, my mistress's partner is Hobart Wessler. Or as most...
Ibn Wessler, the king.
Exactly.
Feathery gods, help.
So you get it now. The
To
secret...
put it mildly, I think I understand it all. Wessler. This...
True detective, nice.
Legs that go on... My bedroom. Why don't...
Please, take a look.
Well, okay. Let's see.
I know Molly very well.
I felt like I'd been hit on the back of my head with a blackjack. Reality tilted. Molly. Good gods. What was her name doing there? I glanced at the opposite wall with the well-worn picture frame.
Mr. Featherland? Santino.
What the hell is this supposed to mean?
I don't know anything, Mr. Santino. My mistress told me...
Oh, of course I understand, Miss Ibanez. I get it very well. But this...
Blackmail?
Don't play innocent with me.
But...
All right. When can I...
Visit? Me?
Not you. Miss Katsenko.
Oh, yes. You can find...
Didn't you tell me she's not the social kind? That she's especially unsociable? Or does she only...
No, she's really not like that.
Judging by the flyer, it must be a very busy club.
I'm sure you'll have no trouble finding Miss Katsenko.
Let me guess. Mr. Wessler better not know about my visit.
Exactly. How did you know?
20 years experience, ma'am. Oh, and please,
It was a pleasure to meet you, Miss...
I'll talk about the rest with...
I'd appreciate that, Sonny. Thank you again.
Don't mention it, Deborah.
I'm sorry, I don't...
Thought so. Just a phone call, and a good friend of mine can take...
Thank you, Son...
Hey, Lewis. Am I bothering you?
Of course not, Sonny. Old friend, what's up?
Could you come over? I've got a favor to ask if...
For you, anything.
Lewis arrived a few minutes later. He lived in the rooms above, so it wasn't difficult getting here. Not to mention that he's a rabbit. It was a quick hop. The Atlas Hotel was his inheritance. It was once a well-renowned place, but not anymore. Just a bunch of use... I hope the old... Thanks for being so quick, Lewis. Can you drive Miss Ibanez home? I have some things...
Of course, Sonny. You know, anything for you.
Oh, Lewis.
Thank you for being so considerate, Sonny.
Don't mention it.
Goodbye, then.
So long, Deborah. Before I visit the club, I have to take a detour. I've got a feeling that this case isn't going to be a one-man job. And there's only one bird in this city I can trust. My ex-partner.
Okay, so now I can leave.
It was New Year's Eve, and I was driving, half drunk, risking my whole life's work. But still,
I don't know how I feel about that positive thinking while driving.
Was the same. And the 121 days I had left till my retirement seemed like an eternity. When I look out the window of the hotel room I call home, I see the same thing every day. A woman in a red nightgown dances slowly in circles to smooth music. The 9 o'clock show, with a glass of cheap bourbon and the red gown with the silent music. In the meantime, the proud city of Clawville is slowly eating itself alive. And we're
It's
still
so
here,
noir.
with nothing left to lose but our sanity, while others, the smart ones, had already gone. Molly. Does her name really upset me this much? All those years of solitude, and I still jump without question every time I hear it. And then there's Marty, my ex-partner, who hates me. But I know I have to speak with him, no matter what. Why do I feel like the past is watching me on this goddamn night? I knew where to find Marty. At the station, we'd always draw straws about holiday duty. Marty never joined in. He always took the New Year's Eve shift, even though he had someone to go home to. I understood. 10 years ago, we survived the night the press called the Bloody New Year. Forgotten by Clawville, but not by us. We both left parts of ourselves behind that night.
I'm gonna call it here just because there's a lot to go through, and I don't want to, spoil into the secrets of the game or delve too far into the mystery. Although a lot of things looking pretty obvious going forward. I will specifically say this is like a novelization game. You're not running around like a first-person character shooting. You're going from scene to scene, dialogue, searching rooms, looking for clues, grabbing items. If you like that kind of style, this game will probably really fit well for you. It also feels like a hyper-realistic version of like BoJack Horseman. In fact, if you take the animals in BoJack Horseman and make them look more realistic, I would say that this is like a live-action Filbert from the second to last season of the show. Which isn't a complaint about it. I really dig the noir feel, which is a really fun genre to delve into. Looking at that chicken face though is very disturbing sometimes. But I'm really excited to dig more into this game, and I think that, like I said, as long as you like that novelization feel where you're not really fully in control, it is pretty much on the rails, I definitely would recommend checking out this game. But we'll see you guys next time. Please like and subscribe.